for liftoff in T-minus 30.
Stand by for further instructions, Minnesota Black Robe Regiment.
Secondary guidance systems engaged.
Minnesota Black Robe Regiment, it will be on my mark.
All systems are a go. All systems are a go.
Minnesota Black Robe Regiment, you are over the target. You are authorized to fire at will.
Hello, everybody. I am TC. This is my channel, Minnesota Black Robe Regiment MBRR Pod. It's going to be real short tonight, kind of short and to the point. It's a very important follow-up to the kind of the emotional show that I did on Friday. So if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. If you like the content, please make sure that you are sharing it. If you want to support the channel, there is a join button down below. You can join with a membership level. You're going to be very interested, though. All channel members are going to be able to take part in a channel members chat stream on Sunday. I'm thinking about 11 o'clock a.m. I'm going to be doing a channel members chat stream, and that's for regular members and for gifted memberships. I wanted to be able to do that for people who've been very supportive of the content. This is a Roadhog. You never emailed me, by the way, so you do need to, if you haven't yet, mbrrpodcast@yahoo.com. But anyway, as many of you are aware, a young man that I have come to respect very deeply was convicted on Friday of several felony level charges involved with related to a predator sting that he did on July 23rd of 2023 involving one man named Richard Dean Paquin from Owatonna, Minnesota. He was remanded into custody, and Chase Johnston will sit there in custody in the Olmsted County Adult Detention Center until November at his sentencing, and he is facing up to 10 years in prison for catching a predator and exposing him. Now, we can have, and we will, going forward, we will have some conversations about Chase's demeanor. We'll have some conversations about Chase's content. We'll even have a conversation about the predator, this level 3 sex offender in Owatonna that Chase busted, and the fact that Chase was representing himself as a 16-year-old, and what the age of consent in Minnesota is. There were some mistakes made by Chase, not arguing that. Chase had said that many, many, many times himself in my conversations with him. I have been interacting with Chase for well over 2 years now, since Chase reached out to me shortly after I left the career field that I was in. So what can we do to help Chase? Now, there's a bunch of options, and I am working with a mother who is familiar with Chase. Her son, who has subsequently passed away in a very tragic situation. And I don't want to give any details because I promised I would do as much as I can to protect her. But she knows Chase and knows his family in the periphery. She and I are working together to set up a system to be able to take in donations and distribute those donations on a monthly basis to Chase's significant other and their children. Now, contrary to some of the garbage that was spread about me over the weekend, I'm not in this for the clout and I'm not in this for the money. Okay? I'm not taking any money from anyone. The only money that I take in comes from those who choose to be channel members or do super chats or whatnot here or subscribe to my Subscribe Star. The system that we're setting up to be able to give support to Chase's family is going to be completely different, and we're going to be naming it something along the lines of Chase Johnston's Justice Family Support Fund or something like that. And that money is going to go once a month at the most directly to the family. Now, I have reached out to Chase's father, and he has agreed to be part of the payee system for that, so that this mother of a friend of Chase's, so that we can, how do I want to say this? So that we can show that Chase's family is getting this in a reliable, respectful way. So that's the best that we can do. So far, we're trying to find the best system to make that work. The best way for us to be able to get money into the hands of his family. And so that they've lost Chase's income. While Chase is incarcerated, while he's waiting for his sentencing date in November, they have no income from Chase's side of the equation. And that's hard in this day and age. That's just very difficult. And so we are scrambling to get this set up, but get it set up in a reasonable and responsible way so that everything's above board, that no accusations can be made. And one of the things that we're going to do when we pick exactly how we're going to do that, we're going to have a separate bank account set up. That money will go directly from the platform that we're thinking of using, and that money will go directly into that account. And at the end of the month or at the end of a 2-week period or whatever, we will issue probably a cashier's check to Chase's father and another payee, so that there's a twofold accountability. Then at the end of that time frame, we will take the amount of donations that we have received for Chase's family, and we will release that via my platform here on either like through my community notes section, where you can actually make posts on YouTube, maybe on Subscribe Star. I don't know how to make it so that it's getting a lot of scrutiny, so that everybody can see that the amount of money that comes in is the same amount of money that goes out. We are not going to take anything off the top, off the middle, or off the bottom, or in between. The only money that's going to come out of the donations will come from the donation handle, or from the system that we're looking at using, the amount that they take out. That's it. Now, some people have suggested Zelle. I don't want to use Zelle, because to have Zelle go straight to your personal bank account, and I don't want that. And this other individual, this very kind and loving woman who cares very much for Chase and his family, we do not want this going anywhere near any of our accounts. We want it to be in a very distinct and separate account for the accountability reasons. So we are working on getting that set up. And we will have that system set up and running for as long as people are interested in giving what they can give. And some of the increments that are that they're able to give are, I think, you start at like $5. So it's a pretty it's a pretty user friendly, tight budget friendly system that we're looking at using. And the reason that we're choosing this is because when you look at certain funding platforms like GoFundMe or GiveSendGo, they have very tight restrictions on who can and cannot use those systems. GoFundMe takes a big chunk of money from anything that's raised, and they can decide to shut that down at any time at all. So the system that we're looking at is very friendly to platforms. It's very friendly to the recipients, and that's what we'll be hopefully making that announcement within the next 6 days. I know it sounds like that's a long time, but we don't want anybody to lose hope. We don't want anybody to lose interest. And that, like I said, that money will go directly to people who are Chase's family. That's huge because, like I said, in this economy, this day and age, no one can afford to be losing any kind of income, and Chase provided income to his family. That was one of the big things for Chase when he got out of prison this last time was I'm changing my life around. I want to be a father. I want to take care of my kids. I want to take care of my family. I want to be reasonable and I want to be responsible. And that was a big motivation for why Chase started to do predator catching in the first place. And the link to my conversation with Chase will be in the description of this video after this is done, so that you can hear from Chase himself what was going through his mind when he decided to start doing predator catching. And remember that the very same facility where Chase is incarcerated in right now, the Olmsted County Adult Detention Center in Olmsted County, Minnesota, also employed a predator named Deputy Matt Adamson, who Chase caught in 2022, at the end, May of 2022. Chase caught this deputy trying to meet with underage minors or underage girls for relations in exchange for alcohol. And that went nowhere. They didn't take Chase's evidence. They didn't do anything with it. And so this is a track record for Rochester, Minnesota Police Department, track record for Olmsted County Sheriff's Office. It's a track record for the Olmsted County Attorney's Office. County Attorney Mark Ostrom was very clear that he doesn't like Chase. One of the reasons he doesn't like Chase is because Chase had a criminal record. He said it in a very politically astute way, but it was clear that he didn't like Chase because of Chase's criminal record. And flat out said that he was telling all law enforcement agencies in the Olmsted County jurisdiction that he would work with no evidence at all. No evidence at all provided by Chase. Even though a neighboring county, as we talked about in that video, my conversation with Chase in November of last year, find that ironic that Chase worked with a neighboring county, Dodge County, I believe it was, and they caught a predator based on Chase's sting, and that predator is now looking at least 10 years in prison. So this is very calculated on the part of Mark Ostrom. This is very much an issue of Mark Ostrom thinking that he doesn't have to give respect to Chase or anyone like Chase. And so the message that was sent on Friday is very clear from the Olmsted County Attorney's Office and from the legal system. Men like Chase Johnston don't matter. And this has had a really deep impact on his family. Now, in the interim, if you are interested in helping Chase, there's really only one way for you to do that. Writing letters at this point isn't good. I suppose you could write letters to the judge, and we're going to be working on trying to figure out a way to make that happen so that it's not overbearing or harassing of the judge. I want to give the judge some trust and respect to believe that the judge is going to do the right thing come sentencing in November. But letters pleading with the judge to show mercy to Chase are, I don't think, inappropriate. But I'm working behind the scenes with some people to make sure that we're handling that in the right way. And I will do a follow-up video with that as well. But in the interim, if you would like to help Chase, that is a link to Chase's Canteen link, and I'm going to show everybody how to navigate that. So, and we're going to go through this really quick. The link is in the description of the video, and I believe that AVA is going to put the link in the chat as well. So this is a system called Inmate Canteen. It's used all across the United States. It's used in county facilities and state facilities, and I don't know about the federal level, but this is a system called Inmate Canteen. And what this does is this allows you to make an account. You can go in and make an account, and once you make your account and get logged in, it takes you to this home page. Then you can click your, whatever state you're looking for. So in this case, if you want to help Chase, you're going to click on Minnesota. I'll do that. I'll show you one more time. Minnesota. And then you select your site. And then in this case, you're selecting Owatonna, or excuse me, I got Owatonna on the brain. You're selecting Olmsted County, Minnesota. Olmsted County, Minnesota. So state, Minnesota. County is Olmsted County, Minnesota. You type in the person's last name, Chase Johnston. So you type in his last name, you do a search. And that will bring you to Chase Johnston, account code 80028. Then you you select that. You click on select. That's what I was trying to say. And this will bring up your options. So right now, no one can video visit Chase. I don't know why that is. There should be video visiting allowed for Chase. I don't know why Olmsted is showing that it's not possible at this time. And hey, Road, I just got your email. I don't know why I just got that now. You can deposit funds to an inmate account here. And maybe. I don't know why it's not like it. You can buy phone cards. You can buy canteen items. Oh, there we go. So let's go back here. So deposit funds to an inmate account. Let's see if that'll let us in. I don't know why it's not letting us in there. Oh, there we go. So this will bring you to purchase credit for Chase Johnston. So you can up to $150. So like the other day, somebody said, well, I put $400 on his books. I don't know how that's possible, because I'm pretty sure the daily limit is 150. And then you can come down here. You can either click to enter an exact amount, or you can scroll through these amounts: 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 75, 100, 125, or 150. Then you would click on continue, and then they charge you your fee. And now they do charge you a fee for this. So if you decide you want to charge or give Chase $5, it's going to cost you $13.95. So let's just say it's going to cost you $15 total. So if you do 10, it's going to be $18.95. You can do 20, it's only going to be $28.95. So if you can afford to help Chase out, to make it less painful to you, it's $8.95 for $0 to $100. Now, if you choose to buy him a phone card so he can have money on his account to be able to call his significant other and talk to the kids, or talk to her, or call his mom or his dad, you can go in. You can buy $1 worth of phone time, which does not last very long. You can. I want to make sure my ugly mug isn't taking up too much of this. Here, let's do this. There we go. Mama G, they do receive 100% of what you deposit, but you pay a fee. BIP Solar Bear, the fee is their way of making money on the system. Yep. Make sure you screenshot your receipt. Absolutely. So then you go back and so then you can buy him phone time. You can buy up to $20 phone card for Chase. You can do that. Phone time is really important to these guys, folks. Please understand, this is a really big thing for these guys. This is their lifeline to the outside. They absolutely 100% need phone time. And a guy like Chase, he's going to be he's going to hit the ground running in this situation. He knows his way around the system. I don't mean that to be a jerk, but we've got the urban conservative in here. He's a reformed guy now, and he'll tell you these guys know how to get in there. They know how to get themselves taken care of. But phone time is massively important. Or you can go in and you can actually order canteen items for individuals, and there's a massive list of, like, there's 24. Oh my gosh, what all are there in here? There's just and a lot of it's name brand stuff, like Reese's peanut butter cups, Skittles, Twix. I don't know what to tell you as far as what would Chase want you to buy. That would be Chase's call, but there's some stuff that's there's hygiene items. You can do baked candies, you can do chips, coffee, condiments, cookies, drink mixes. Hygiene, meals, meats, medical. There's all sorts of stuff that you can just go here and get. Ramen noodles are big. Ramen noodles are a huge plus to these guys. They can make a ton of things with ramen noodles. Structure is must and routine. Yep. Yeah, too bad you can't send cigarettes anymore. Bip, I'm not arguing that they should be able to charge for this, but they do. And that's, it's contracted with the facilities. So then you can, and this is another one that's a plus. You can set up the account and you can actually go in and send an email to Chase if you put money on your communications account. So you click here, it's 25 cents per message. You can click on add funds. When you add funds, you can decide how much you want to put in there to be able to communicate with Chase. And then you can send Chase an email. You do not have to know Chase. You do not have to be a family member, but you can set up a communications account and you can send him an email and say, hey, we've been tracking your story through so-and-so, and we just wanted you to know that we've got your back, and you respond to this email, let us know what we need. Now, I would say, if you were really thinking about doing something besides putting money on his books or phone time, and you wanted to buy him something from Canteen, you could actually set up a communications account and send Chase an email saying, hey, Chase, my name is so-and-so, and I heard about you through TC show, and I wanted to know what we could get you off of Canteen. Is there something that we could get you? So why Chase but not 4S? How was allowing underage? Who was oh yeah. Oh well, so just so you're aware, Bit Polar Bear, this is the money that goes to not the agency. The agency actually makes little to nothing on this. This is contract, so all that money goes to Inmate Canteen. Just so you're aware, Inmate Canteen is not a entity involved with the Olmsted County Sheriff's Office. This is separate from Olmsted County Sheriff's Office. This is a private contractor, and that's how they make their money. They make their money by contracting with the detention center, and that way the detention center is not managing any of this. They don't manage any of this at all. So I just want you guys to be aware that I'm not defending Olmsted County and I'm not attacking them for this. This is how we communicate with people like Chase, and this is how we help people like Chase. So I'm going to walk through this one more time. Go home here. After you create a login, you get to the home screen and then you choose your options. So it's, I don't know, it's Inmate Canteen. This thing is overloaded, by the way. It's a massively busy system. So if you really do want to do something small for Chase right now, this is it. Be looking for in the future. In the next few days, be looking for me to make an official announcement of what system we're using to be able to get money to his family so that people can feel secure knowing that the money is actually going into the hands of people who need it. And we're trying to make it so that it's the most beneficial as possible to Chase's family. I know I'm asking a lot of you guys that are, I have over 3,700 subscribers to my channel now. I know that of all those 3,700 some subscribers, I don't get nearly the views of a lot of channels, but I know a lot of you that are watching now watch me on a regular basis and you share my content with others. So if we could get 500 people to watch this video and commit to doing a follow-up, it doesn't make sense to contribute less than 150. Better to give to you and then you deposit it in increments. Bip, that's something that we could talk about maybe. Like I said, I'm trying to keep myself off of the financial end of it as much as possible so that there's nothing coming into one of my accounts because I'm tight the way it is. So there are days where if you try to deposit money into one of my accounts, it would probably go to an automatic bill pay. So I'm just, and YouTube's slow to pay out. So I love all my channel members, and I'm not trying to discourage anybody from being a channel member. If you want to sign up to be a channel member, I would be very thankful for that. But what we're working on is one, the family support system for Chase's significant other and children. And in the meantime, if somebody would, even if you set up a communications account to be able to set up, messages back and forth with Chase, that stuff is really important. And that's why I wanted to show you guys, because I had a lot of people ask me since Friday night, what can we do to help Chase? What can we do to support Chase? These are some of the options. So, yeah, I've thought about that, Roadhog. I don't want to. We're approaching the helping his family method the way that we are for some very particular reasons. And that's why I've asked Chase's dad to be involved. I hope you understand. We're doing what we can to have this be family focused, so that it's benefiting the largest amount of people in Chase's family, his significant other and children, in the best way possible, in a way that's the most helpful. That's the best way for me to describe it right now. And Dad has agreed to be part of that. So we are, like I said, we're working on getting that set up in a way that's a lot more effective than a GoFundMe. Much more effective than a GoFundMe. So we don't have to set a goal, and there's no signing up for anything. And well, that's also an idea that we could explore as well, Roadhog. That's a great idea. I'd have to talk to his dad to see if he's willing to do that. So, and I don't mean like willing he's not willing, but I have to find out, how he'd want to do that and how comfortable he'd be with it. So that's why I've been working on this since Friday night, to be honest with you. stressing on this a lot since Friday. But just one more quick reminder, Chase was doing predator catching, made a lot of busts. One of the biggest was the Olmsted County deputy who worked in the very detention center where he is incarcerated now. So be praying for Chase's mental health and well-being and all of that through all of the situation. I'm no fear for Chase being unsafe from staff. What is the name of the? We haven't picked an exact fundraising platform yet because we are running through a list of ideas. Audatron, and Roadhog just brought up another one. So another option. So and those are really good ideas. Roadhog, thank you so much for that. But yeah, he was doing predator catching last year, July 23rd, 2023. He caught a level 3 registered sex offender in the state of Minnesota attempting to meet with a 16-year-old boy named Ben. Chase was posing as a 16-year-old boy named Ben. It's just like what you see on Chris Hansen's To Catch a Predator. And that predator called the cops on Chase, and Chase was the one that got arrested. And it's very important that people understand that Chase has acknowledged that he doesn't always handle himself well, but what he did in catching predators was vital to the community, and that his love for his own family was huge in motivating him. And the link to my initial conversation with Chase about Deputy Matt Adamson and his case that he just was tried on will be in the description of this video. So, and if you look at the thumbnail in this video, what you see, or the thumbnail for this video, what you see is a picture of Chase holding his baby girl and the picture of the predator that he is in prison for catching right now. And that predator's name is Richard Paquin from the Owatonna, Minnesota area. And I'm not exposing him in any way, shape, or form. That is not doxing, because in Minnesota, they have no right to privacy in regards to being level 3 sex offenders. So, yeah, that's the situation we have at hand. So this is a very early TC and Friends Monday Night Musings. It's a very serious topic. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate all your support and all your help. I really appreciate everything that you have done to be aware of what's going on. BIP, I will be doing a breakdown of the exact charges and their definition of the charges and why they believe they could charge what they did once I get the court or the trial transcripts. And one of my researchers is working on pulling those trial transcripts as of today. So he was convicted on Friday, and we're already working on getting the transcripts, because I will be going through the transcripts line by line. Audatron, he has no bail. Actually, it wouldn't be bail. Bail is different than bond. Bail is when you've got outstanding speeding tickets or fines for parking or whatever, that you can bail out on those and not have to go back. There is no bond. The judge ordered him held without bond, and I believe that was at the request of the prosecution. So, yeah. And make no mistake, Mark Ostrom of the Olmsted County Sheriff's Office was very much looking to make an example of Chase. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Be looking for more content. We're going to have some really interesting stuff coming on. I got Spike Cohen on next Thursday night, September 3rd. Once again, I'm going to be doing a members live chat stream on Sunday. That, not to leave out anybody else, but I promised my channel members a live stream chat once in a while. So, Yeah, that's what we do. I try to keep my promises. Yeah, Autotron, it is excessive. Everybody agrees with you, and if you watch the videos, you can see how hard that hit me. Chase is one of those guys who's actually trying to turn his life around from having made a lot of bad decisions, and everybody who's gotten to know him has commented about how responsible he has become. So, yeah, this is all being sent, a message that's being sent to shut him down forever and make sure nobody else tries to do it. Mama G, Zell would be another option. And I thank you for that idea. As far as taking it to his dad, we'll have to see what he is willing to do with his own accounts, and how much information. And this is what we're trying to avoid is some people, we're trying to avoid people having too much of their personal information shared. So something like with Zell, you have to have a phone number and email. So let me, we're trying to avoid some of the actual like Patriot Fund might be good. We'll take a look at that, Autotron, but they take more than like Zell does. In fact, I don't think Zell takes anything at all. But we're also looking to have a level of accountability, and that's what we're trying to work around. Is we want a way to make sure that the people who watch my content, who choose to donate to Chase's family to help him, have some accountability, that so they can say, "Hey, TC, we donated $25. Can you show us that you gave that money to the family, and that the family actually got it, and that it's helping them?" That's what we're trying to do. Is we're trying to set that up to help you guys be able to trust me and this other individual who I'm working with, to make sure that you're getting the money's getting to where you sent it. So I'm going to wrap this up here and tell you guys to have a great night. I'm going to probably be doing some drive time dialectics this week on some other topics going forward. And I just want you guys to know, one, thank you so much for tuning in on Friday and putting up. I was kind of an emotional wreck. I have a lot of respect for Chase, and this hit me really hard. Him being found guilty and being taken away from his family hit me really hard, because I know how hard he's trying to change his life around. And this is a massive blow to that. So, yep, we're working on a ton of ideas, and that's why this is, we don't have it set up yet, Autotron. I really appreciate all these ideas, guys. So thanks for watching. Please continue to share this out and share out the other content I've made. I've created a playlist where all my stuff with Chase is going to be. And so going forward, be looking for more content on Chase and his situation, and especially a deep dive on his victim. So my friends, until next time, fight for your liberty. It is yours. Fight for your freedom. It belongs to you. And Sic Semper Tyrannis.
We are go for liftoff in T-minus 30.
Stand by for further instructions, Minnesota Black Robe Regiment.
Secondary guidance systems engaged.
Minnesota Black Robe Regiment, it will be on my mark.
All systems are a go. All systems are a go.
Minnesota Black Robe Regiment, you are over the target. You are authorized to fire at will.